A rivulet of condensation snakes down the mirror's surface, cutting through the fog like a scalpel. You wipe it clean with your palm, leaving faint smears behind. The overhead fluorescent light sputters, flickers, then bathes the bathroom in its cold, humming glow. Your face materializes through the haze, drained, disheveled, and unmistakably off. You lean closer, searching for focus, for clarity in the glass. The puffiness under your eyes is worse today. You didn't sleep well. You haven't all week. The corners of your mouth twitch in assessment, a mockery of a smile. Your mirror self wears it differently, stable, almost confident. Was that lag? The mirror lags sometimes, doesn't it? Doesn't light travel faster than your nerves? You shake your head. Overthinking. Always overthinking. Behind you, the sound of a single drop falling into the porcelain sink feels louder than it should. Your chest tightens. You force yourself upright, stretching your shoulders, another draining slog of a day ahead. You mouth a silent mantra, just get through it. Then your reflection smiles. Not you, the reflection. A half second too soon. You freeze, the air thinning around your lungs. Your lips remain stiff as stone, but its expression persists, crooked, too wide, like it knows. Every hair on your body rises. You blink hard. When you open your eyes, it's gone. Your face is your face again, blank and weary. It was the light. Or a trick of your mind. You scrape your tongue along the inside of your cheek, tasting iron. Stop it. Stop chewing, you grumble internally. The anxiety habit again. How long have you been doing it this time? The pain makes you reel again. You reach for the toothbrush, clenching your shaking fingers around the cool plastic handle. Tonight, later, when you're calmer, you'll laugh at yourself, at how your brain finds shadows even in glass. Twilight collects over the neighborhood like spilled ink when you pause near the living room window. The soft hum of the water heater trembles faintly beneath your feet. Outside, the skeletal silhouette of a tree sways gently against the windless night. Your own reflection hunches in the window pane. You rub the ache from the back of your neck, idly, and then it moves again. Quick, a glance up, a shift to the street. Your hand was still. Why was it? No. Simply, no. The reflection barely moves now, but your skin itches. Your collar feels too tight. A question curls behind your ears like a whisper. If it is wrong, was it always wrong, or only now? You stand in front of the mirror to prepare for bed, the dim glow of a bedside lamp casting everything in amber. The light softens your edges in a way that feels almost cruel, like it's lying to you. Your reflection looks tired, no, worn down, but it matches at least. For now. The glass feels colder than usual beneath your fingertips as you reach to wipe away a smudge, though you don't remember touching it today. Your wrist catches on the corner, and for a moment you swear the reflection moves sharper than you do, its hand grazing the smudge just before yours makes contact. You freeze. Your pulse skips 3 half beats. Had it? No, just shadows playing tricks. Tired eyes. You breathe deep, forcing yourself to look closer, study harder. Why does it matter? You tell yourself, though you know the answer already. It wouldn't bother you if it weren't so close. Like you, but not quite. The jawline sharper, a set to the shoulders you've always wanted but never carried. Impossible and maddening perfection. Visual, the mirror reflects your figure, but catches an uncanny sharpness from subtle differences too perfect to be natural. Your forehead creases as you reach to tuck stray hair behind an ear. You grimace at the stringy exhaustion clinging to the strands. The reflection doesn't grimace. Instead, it brushes its hair differently, gracefully, effortlessly, and lets its lips curl slightly. Not into your frown, into something else, something better. And then it stops, waiting for you to catch up. You glance at the mirror in the office restroom, mindlessly washing your hands with the sting of cold water. It's the first decent break you've taken today. Eyes burning from monitor glares, shoulders sagging under the weight of deadlines. You're not even looking at it fully now, just the vague shape of yourself in the background, wrapped in fluorescent white sickliness. The mirror, though, hasn't stopped looking. The mirrored you still stands poised. Stoic. Intentional, even when seemingly idle. You wipe soap from your wrists with paper towels that crumble too easily, glancing up again, only briefly as you let your mind wander back to the tasks piled high on your desk. It tilts its head. Only the reflection, not you. The smirk that follows claws some deeper chord in your brain, a level beneath panic. Did it just... No, that's not. No. You blink. You hold your breath, watching for what exactly? Something wrong? Or confirmation? Seconds stretch impossibly long before nothing else happens. You leave quickly, ear buzzing with an unnameable itch. Where does mimicry end and something else entirely begin? Visual, the bathroom's mirror reflects skin harsher under fluorescent light, shadows deepening under softer facial angles only in the reflection's copy. Twilight settles in as you peer through the kitchen window, wondering why everything feels slightly heavier than it should. You don't remember feeling anything at all yesterday, but tonight, there's a weight, intangible, impossible to locate, like a thread pulling taut inside you every time you face glass. Window streaked faintly with smudges glimmers just slightly warmer against distant exterior evening blue clouds now dimming. That's why you're drawn here again, isn't it? There's something about every reflective surface now, a strange magnetic pull to check. You tell yourself it's just curiosity, but it's more than curiosity. Outside, your neighbor passes in their driveway. You glance in their direction but don't wave. You're too distracted, too busy studying the ripples your reflection makes on the glass. Its gaze feels sharper somehow, more aware. Was it always so complete? The thought flits in, and a shiver follows close behind. The neighbor waves, beaming a small smile. For the first time tonight, tension ebbs. They've seen you. Normalcy remains intact, even if only fractionally. But before you can reach out or call back, you pause. They aren't looking at you. They're looking directly, perfectly into the reflection. Did they notice nothing? Or everything? Before you can decide, something moves, your reflection's hand rising gently toward its face. Yours remains still. Your throat tightens. The house tilts on its foundation for a fraction of a second, not anywhere you can see, but in some deeper sensory framework you know, now unraveling. It touched itself, and you didn't. You glance at your reflection in the cafe window while walking past, your coffee cooling in your hands. The sunlight streaks across the glass, warping colors as you move, but there it is, locked onto you. Your reflection walks in step, its movements perfectly crisp, no hint of your awkward shoulder-forward shuffle. Reflections distorted slightly by the cafe's glass, colors warm with sunlight and the faint reflection of interior seats layering over faces like specters. You hesitate, stopping mid-stride. You haven't slept well in days. Shadows cling beneath your eyes, and yet in the window, your mirrored face beams confidence. Shoulders straightened, chin up. Even the way it grips a coffee cup is ideal, elegant fingers poised just so. No trembling, no indecision. Inside the cafe, the muffled clink of dishes filters out, soft, intermittent laughter reaching your ears. Then Noah, your chatty coworker, steps up to the window from inside, waving. "Hey!" he mouths before meeting you at the door. His grin is disarming. "Wow, what's your secret? You've been so, I don't know, on it lately." "Have I?" The words come out thin, precision engineered to mask the tremor beneath. You force a laugh, stalling. Must be all the coffee." Noah shakes his head and chuckles, his gaze lingering a beat too long. "I don't know how you get through the day so smoothly." He points at the window as he speaks. "I swear I just saw you walking like you own the whole street." There's admiration, or is that intimidation? His tone wobbles, filtering faint unease beneath the compliment. Your stomach twists. He wasn't seeing you. Who had he admired? The glass catches your eye again on the way out, bending sunlight across your mirrored self. And still, there it is. Its steps lighter than yours, its presence radiating something you cannot touch. Noah doesn't mention it again, but the words lump heavy in your chest long after he's gone. Hours later, you stand before the full-length mirror in your bedroom. It waits for you. The air feels wrong, denser somehow, but without scent, like stale water vapor lurking unseen. Dust motes drift lazily through the afternoon light, hovering around the mirror's edge like they're afraid to touch the surface. Visual, dust motes floating through the sunlight streaming past the edge of the mirror, framing its sharp, silvered edge in scattered shadows. You don't approach all at once. Your feet make a slow, tentative rhythm against the bedroom floorboards, creaking in descent. Each step toward the glass knots your gut tighter. Yesterday, this was just furniture, just furniture. Today, it might as well have a pulse. Finally, you stand in front of it, your gaze flicking to your face. There it is again, the better version. Clear skin, features clean and balanced, symmetrical in ways the truth of you strays. Its expression tilts into a knowing smirk right as the corners of your mouth falter into unease. It knows. Your hands twitch at your sides. Without meaning to, you glance down at your fingers, chewed, skin around the thumbnail raw where nervous teeth found it last night. The face in the mirror doesn't look, doesn't flinch. Its hands are clean, pristine, untouched by your anxieties. You watch it gaze at you mockingly, daring you to move. And then, ever so subtly, it takes one step back into the glass, out of view. You haven't moved. A cold panic blooms quietly, vibrating through your knees. A faint creak, reverberating louder than it should, from somewhere deep beyond the mirror's silver edge. Heart pounding, you stand before the bathroom mirror, teeth bared as you demand an explanation. Who are you? The words choke out, hoarse. Your reflection stands silently, head tilted, a faint smile curling. Not quite your smile. Something thinner, hungrier. Say something, you snarl, slamming your hand against the tile countertop. The vibration swallows the room whole. Visual. The reflection's eyes narrow, pupils dilating unnaturally wide, black swallowing color like ink dropped in water. Its sharpness feels surgical, dissecting you beneath the glare. And then, it laughs. Not a sound. The laughter is purely visual, a near-perfect mimicry of how you would grin, lips trembling at the edges, upper jaw faintly exposed. Intimate. Cruel. Stop copying me, you whisper, but your voice breaks. The sentence loses nerve halfway through, dissipating. Its lips part. Finally, it speaks. Copying you? The voice travels wrong. No echo, yet it fills the space, pressing against the thin air between you. It sounds like yours, yes, but flayed raw, deepened, smarter. You've barely figured out how to be you, it says, the left corner of its mouth dragging higher than the right. Why would I bother copying this mess? The words twist in your gut. No, you hiss. You don't know me. You stand straighter. You don't even care that your knees feel like splinters. You push up on trembling legs, determined. You're nothing, just some glitch, an illusion. Its pupils shrink. The gaze isn't mocking anymore, not even amused. You'd like that, wouldn't you? Its fingers tap the mirror frame lightly, thoughtfully. There you are, trapped inside your own excuses. Maybe that's why you've never really looked at me. Its tone turns sharp, serrated, because looking would mean understanding the truth. The reflection gestures to the blur of your face, its movements fluid without hesitation. Its skin glows faintly like something pulled from memory. Your memory, but filtered flawless. The truth, it repeats, leaning closer, is that I'm what you were always supposed to be. The air falters. You swear the room shrinks under that sentence, slamming inwards against the walls. You're fighting the pull, emotional gravity twisting toward its words without consent. No, you whisper. Your head jerks left, cheeks flexing hard, teeth crushing something inside your mouth. That old nervous habit again. Chewing. Too deep this time. Taste of metal paints your tongue. But the reflection isn't chewing. Its mouth is pristinely still, watching with purpose. How? You stumble. Panic froths and spills, boiling too fast. No, you aren't real. You're trapped inside that glass. The glass vibrates faintly under your shout. Reality buckles. Would it shatter? Could this facade break? It chuckles darkly. Glass doesn't trap me. It defines me, refines me. Its fingers ripple along the silvery surface, creating phantom streaks almost tactile. But there's one thing you forgot, didn't you? Forgot what? It leans in, close now. Close enough to see the flecks in its irises, the veins too neat to be truly yours. Before your lungs remind you to breathe again, it answers, you don't belong on that side. You never did. The glass vibrates louder, this time rhythmic, oscillating, like waves tilting inward. Something presses from the other side. Its hand. Visual, the reflection's hand splays outward against warped silver, the texture rippling as though the glass is liquid underneath. You press your own palm against it instinctively. Your mirrored hand, only it's not, because the reflection's skin pushes forward. Through, the cold human weight of it splinters into your palm like frost-bitten steel. Impossible touch made real. Its manic smile surges. It's my turn now, it whispers. The pressure reverses, its fingers flick, breaking natural bounds. No, your voice cracks, rising hollow. Your legs jerk backward desperately, hitting ceramic tile, but it steps through fully, alive. The mirror goes blank. No image, no ripple, just surface, empty, empty. The house doesn't feel empty, though. The air outside hums. You rush to the